Hi everybody, the politics here, and welcome to another video. West Midlands Police Chief Constable Craig Guildford must be sacked. Him and the rest of his other police chiefs who were with him at the Commons Committee meeting yesterday, they should all resign. An absolute disgrace, especially Guildford. And of course, the reason why that was called to the Commons Select Committee was about this year's banning of the Tel Aviv Maccabi fans, the football club from the football team from Israel. And of course, when Guildford was being questioned, he said that the West Midlands Fourth, to look up on Google to find out if the Tel Aviv Maccabi fans had been involved in any trouble. Well, it was the Dutch police who told the West Midlands police that it was the other way round. The Muslims who were looking for trouble, they were looking for Jews to arm. But of course, Guildford, being the bald-headed prick he is, didn't believe them, and he tried to look it up on Google with the rest of his idiot police officers, try and find out whether they were involved in any trouble, and they couldn't find any. So they came up with a story to 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 ban the Tel Aviv Maccabi fans from playing Aston Villa last November. And they consulted their Muslim friends who live in Birmingham. They consulted them and asked them what they thought. And these Muslims, they told the chief constable that they didn't want them here. I mean, the Jewish people who live in this country at the moment must be feeling for their lives the way things are going, because they're not getting any help from the police, or not only in West Midlands Police, but Metropolitan Police and other police forces in the country. They're not helping them, trying to protect them. They're more the woke, or should I say, the politically correct police of this country are more interested in protecting the Muslims. And of course, they had to agree with them, because if they didn't, they would be terrified of the thought that the Muslims community will kick off and cause trouble. And of course, the West Midlands Police Chief, Guildford, he's terrified of that, and the rest of them, they're more terrified of that. This is why people have been saying, since Starmer became Prime Minister and we had the trouble, the summer riots after Southport, about two-tier policing. And of course, Starmer and the Muslim-friendly police forces we have in this country have said that there is no such thing as two-tier policing. Well, there is. There is. I mean, you've only got to look how the police handle the Palestinian marches. They give them a free pass. they don't seem to want to arrest them. But it looks like the Metropolitan Police finally had enough of the pro-Palestinians, and they're starting to make arrests. The rest of the other pro-Muslim police we have in this country are not. Particularly the West Midlands Police, especially Chief Constable Guildford. You only got to see the way they treat the pro-Palestinian marches, don't you? They give, like I've said, they give them a free pass. But if it's the so-called far right or other British people who are counter-demonstrating against the pro-Palestinian marches, they are met with the full force. You get the police riot squad is on standby. Why aren't they on standby when the pro-Palestinians mob cause trouble? This is what we mean by two-tier policing. Of course, the likes of Guildford, the Chief Constable of West Midlands Police, he's saying that there's no such thing. I mean, yesterday he was questioned, and the smug look on his face, he lied. He's lying to everybody. He's lying to the law-abiding, decent people of Birmingham. That smug look on his face. It's a pity that nobody can wipe that. One of these days, somebody will wipe that smug look off his face. And of course, there's already been demands that he be sacked, but that's very unlikely because his establishment friends, they won't let him be sacked. He's one of theirs, and that goes for the rest of the other senior police officers who were there yesterday. The reason why the Tel Aviv Maccabi fans were banned from coming to Britain, coming to Britain last year, was not because Guildford feared trouble. He was terrified of his Muslim friends, causing trouble. That's what he was terrified of. And I wouldn't be surprised that if he didn't secretly visit a mosque in Birmingham and he would talk about what he was going to do. And why didn't they talk to the Jewish people? Why couldn't Guildford go talk to them? It appears to me that West Midlands police are themselves anti-Semitic. Well, anyway, that's the end of this video. The Politics here signing off. And remember, don't believe the lies.